It's not typical for a college football player to change positions in the middle of their season. Fortunately, Femi Oladejo is comfortable being atypical, and that might explain how the UCLA defender transitioned from inside linebacker to edge rusher so smoothly he became an NFL prospect in the process.
You know, as a team, our most stacked position room was the linebacker room, actually. We had plenty of guys, myself, Carson Swessinger, Cam Madrano, Ale Cajo, John Vons, Donovan, we had a lot of guys. And after that second game against Indiana, we took a tough loss. And the question was now, okay, how do we get the most linebackers on the field all at once rather than continuously rotating? And coach came up to me and asked, man, what do you think about playing edge this week against LSU? And I was totally down. I was like, let's do it. No spring ball at the position, no fall camp at the position. But for me, I always try to view adversity as a privilege and an honor. And we took it week by week and continue to progress and develop every week. And it's an opportunity to be great and to prove what kind of character you have in life. So for me, with that transition, to everybody else, it's adversity, but to me, it's a privilege. So just try to make the most of it, and I believe that's why I'm sitting here right now.
By the end of the 2024 season, he led the Bruins in tackles for loss with 13.5, sacks with 4.5, and quarterback hurries with 6. Credit the smooth transition to Oladejo's remarkable work ethic.
I'm a first-gen child, parents from Nigeria, and then in 1996, they moved to California, in Sacramento, which is where I'm from. I'm the youngest of 4 siblings. Yeah, my mom and dad taught us hard work, discipline, integrity, character, and structure and order.
His versatility came from playing all the positions virtually.
Funny story, so I actually played Madden before I actually played any physical football. Now the reason to that was because I have my older brother who's 10 years older than me, and he played football as well, and he would always play the video games. And then when I turned 9, 4th grade, one of my classmates invited me to practice one day, and somehow, some way, I know this has to be illegal, but I was fully padded. My first day, I was fully padded, and yeah, I just fell in love with it.
Femi's experience at Sacramento's Cosumnes Oaks High School was nearly as diverse.
I was always kind of all over. My freshman year, I played offensive tackle and defensive tackle. My sophomore year, I played wide receiver and off-the-ball linebacker. My junior year, I played tight end and more on the ball, off the ball, kind of hybrid all over. Didn't have a senior year because of COVID. Just being able to be versatile, I think it helped me, obviously. I'd played a lot of positions before, so.
Hey, just a young killer trying to get this paper, man.
In 2 years of varsity, Oladejo tallied 124 tackles and committed to Cal. While Sacktown is not necessarily considered a hotbed for recruits, there were enough ahead of Femi to keep him motivated.
People who just inspired me in general from Sacramento that I had a chance to meet in high school and know throughout my college career and up to now. Eric Armstead, he went to Pleasant Grove. Carl Granderson, he's with the Saints, defensive end, went to Wyoming. I just spoke to him. Karen Johnson, Buffalo Bills, went to Sheldon High School. Lamar Jackson, that's a cornerback. He went to Nebraska with the Falcons currently. Khalif Halassi with the Vikings. Just a lot of guys in my life that were able to inspire me to be where I'm at right now. It really sparked my sophomore year when there was a guy who was a junior who got a scholarship to play at Sacramento State and Montana State. And that kind of just showed me that, man, if he can do it, I also can do it. And I kind of just shot up from there.
After 2 seasons with the Bears, he transferred to UCLA, where he's excelled on the field and off, consistently on the honor roll in Westwood.
I thought it was time for change, and the culture here, the beautiful campus we're looking at, education is still highly valued. Shout out to my parents, really my mom. That's all she cared about growing up, Nigerian parents. So if I didn't have my grades up, I wasn't playing football, and I wasn't leaving the house either. So education has always been very important to me. I majored in history. I think to some degree I want to be able to teach when I'm done playing with the ball. It's something I was passionate about and I actually care about. I just graduated in December. I have my family in the front, my auntie, uncle, cousins, etc. And then a few of my church family members that I invited and they are big in my support system. And I believe it takes a village to raise a child, so kudos to them and for helping me get here. And in regards to my family in Nigeria, most don't actually understand the sport of American football. They're used to soccer, which they call football back home. It doesn't make sense to them having a helmet on your head and trying to hit somebody, but I try to tell them what it means. I had a chance to go back to Nigeria last year and with my father, so that was a great experience. But I think everybody's happy and proud for me. I don't think I'd be where I am if it wasn't for my faith. I think my faith in Christ and God, it keeps me grounded in life, keeps me very, very balanced. It allows me to have a character that is not manly character, but godly character, and to remain humble, but also remain confident. And just know that in life you're gonna have trouble, you're gonna have failures, but you're also gonna have success. But how do you handle and respond to both?
Among Femi's senior season accolades was an invitation to the Senior Bowl, where he was named the national team's MVP.
Yeah, Senior Bowl was a blast, great experience. I think the first thing that stood out to me was just being able to be in a room with the best from the country, to have a chance to eventually compete with the best of the best, and to also be in the same locker room with them and same meetings with them and just pick up their mindset and soak knowledge up from everybody. It was incredible. And then even the meetings that we had and the networking opportunities and the legends that came back, got to meet Chris Johnson, George Stewart, Rod Woodson. Like, it was just so dope. And then obviously being able to compete on the field and practice and go to the game. I think they said the game was the best game in Senior Bowl history because of how competitive it was. It was 8-8 at halftime, and then we went up 19-8. The other team came back and won on a game-winning touchdown. So it was very fun, and to be able to go out there and compete, it was a blessing. It was cool because for the most part, everybody at the combine I had met at the Senior Bowl. So just being able to see them again, and it wasn't like any tension. Everybody was encouraging each other, like, man, go show out, man, go run the fastest time you can run. Man, look good in your drills. It was pretty cool, so I'm grateful. Definitely wild 6 months. Through it all, man, I'm just grateful to God for keeping me healthy through it all and helped me to have a steadfast mindset and have a growth mindset as well. Come in every day and grow, and it's been a beautiful journey though. I think there's a quote or a saying, there's beauty in the struggle. And I think through the last 6 months, there's been a lot of beauty in the struggle. Just being able to compete with the guys and find a way to get better. And even after the season, from the transition to the Senior Bowl, to the Combine, to Pro Day, it's been a beautiful struggle, yeah.
Now, as Oladejo prepares to enter the NFL, it all comes back to hard work and being unique.
The biggest thing that I think has gotten me here is hard work. There's no cheat code to success. It takes consistency, it takes hard work, but it also takes failure. You gotta go through some failure in life, but learn from your failure, right? Don't let it bring you down, let it bring you up and help you to stay grounded and keep fighting. And then I would also say, like, you don't have to be like everybody else. You don't have to follow the crowd. Be in your own lane. And when I say that, I say it in a way where you're being a person or kid of integrity. You're not compromising the standard for other things, and you just, love being dedicated to your craft.